In the last video, I moved kind of fast. Like, hit publish, don't overthink it fast. Because I already knew what was coming from you guys. A couple very loud camps of people were not going to be happy with the Bilt 2.0 changes. And my goal wasn't to win any arguments. My goal was to help all the other folks see the forest through the trees. So I went big picture. I talked about where Bilt was clearly heading as a company and why engaging with their ecosystem is more important than people realize. And man, some of you were not amused. You weren't having it. I got called names, I got roasted, but I laughed it off. FYI, screenshots were taken and it's gonna be my turn to roast you guys in the next video. You can't hide, I got receipts. But today, there's no more convincing. We're strictly doing numbers. Because you can argue opinions all day, but math doesn't care about your feelings. And the math suggests that the Bilt Palladium card might just be the most rewarding premium card for those who want to carry the Palladium in their wallet and use it on the daily. Today we're talking spreadsheets. Buckle in because your personal situation is about to get covered. For those new to the channel, I'm Richard Debs from R-Square Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler. I'm coming to you live from my apartment in Cape Town, South Africa. And I fly here on business class by redeeming Alaska Atmos points on Condor. I was able to spend a day in Frankfurt, Germany by intentionally scheduling a really long layover during the day. My consensus? Is way too cold in Frankfurt this time of year, so this is why I'm in Cape Town. I didn't invite folks to hit me up in the chat section of my website in the last video because I knew I'd be inundated with personal questions that I wouldn't be able to get to, but lots of new people found me there anyways, so I've created a monster. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you agree or disagree with my analysis of the Bilt Palladium card. Alright, real quick. Who here honestly thought that Bilt was still gonna let people run 5 $1 transactions per month and earn the full 1x Bilt points on their housing spend? You know, the exact model that Wells Fargo was bleeding money on. Please say no one. Exactly, we all knew the party was ending. So the real question wasn't if a change was coming, it's whether Bilt could tweak the model and yet keep us interested. And that's what we're here to figure out. So let's get into the spreadsheet. I'm gonna walk you through real world scenarios of running your house payments through Bilt and using the Palladium card for everyday spend. And when we're done, we're gonna compare the outcomes to other premium cards, the Venture X, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Amex Platinum, and the Citi Strata Elite. Alright, so the first column, I'm showing various levels of housing spend, and this could be your rent, this could be your mortgage. Whether your mortgage or rent is $5,000 a month or $1,000 a month, your specific use case is displayed here. Our next column shows the required non-housing spend, which you have to make per month to earn the full points on your housing spend. But that is not a requirement, guys. So I'm gonna run through multiple scenarios showing if you were to meet 100% of the threshold for non-housing spend, and then after we run through these numbers, I'm gonna show you an example of meeting 75% of the spend, 50% of the spend, and even 25% of the spend. So meeting 100% of the spend requirement is not required. So let's say that your housing spend is $5,000 a month, whether it's one home or multiple homes that you're paying for. The required non-housing spend is $3,750. At the 2x multiplier of the Bilt Palladium card, the points that you would earn from your spend is 7,500 points. You also earn 4% Bilt Cash, which comes out to $150, and you're gonna use all this Bilt Cash to unlock all your housing points, and in this case, it's 5,000 points from housing. So that means that the total points that you earn for this month is 12,500 Bilt points. I know, not all of you have $5,000 in housing payments a month. So let's talk about the average rent in the United States, $2,000 a month. The required non-housing spend to earn all 2,000 Bilt points from your housing is $1,500. At 2x, you would earn 3,000 points from spend. You'd also earn 4% of that as Bilt Cash, which is $60. And we're gonna use all $60 to unlock our points from housing, which is 2,000 points. So that means that your total Bilt points earned for the month is 5,000 Bilt points. Let's go even lower. Let's say that your rent is $1,000 a month. The required non-housing spend is $750. At 2x, you're gonna earn 1,500 points from that non-housing spend. You're also gonna earn 4% Bilt Cash, which is $30, which will unlock 1,000 points from your housing. So your total Bilt points earned for that month is 2,500 points. So for all examples shown, whether it's 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, or anything in between, the effective multiplier for all spend on the Palladium card is 3.33x Bilt points. I'm not gonna give an opinion. I'm just showing you that if you run your housing spend through Bilt and you use the Bilt Palladium card for your non-housing spend, in this scenario, your effective multiplier is 3.33x Bilt points. But Richard, I can't spend 100% of the required non-housing spend. Okay, so let's say you spend 75% of that. I'm not gonna run through all the examples. Let's pick the use case where your housing spend is $2,000. Your required spend to earn all 2,000 points is $1,500, but we're only spending 75% of that $1,500, which is $1,125. At 2x, you're gonna earn 2,250 points from that spend. You're also gonna earn 4% of that, which is $45 in Bilt cash. You can use all $45 of Bilt cash to unlock 1,500 points from your housing. That means that your total points earned for that month is $3,750, even at 75% of the required spend. The effective multiplier is still 3.33x Bilt points. I'm gonna spare you the 50% spend example. Let's go down to that person that says, I can't do that. Let's jump to the use case where someone can only spend 25% of that required non-housing spend. Let's say that your housing spend is $2,000 a month. The required spend is $1,500, but we're only doing 25% of that, which is $375. At 2x, you're earning 750 points from your spend. 4% of that is $15 in Bilt cash. You're gonna use your $15 in Bilt cash to unlock 500 points from your housing, so your total Bilt points earned for that month is 1,250. And guess what the effective multiplier is? 3.33x Bilt points. Again, I have no opinion on this. I don't know if that's good or bad. And even if you put 1% spend, we're not going through all those examples, your effective multiplier on the Bilt Palladium card is always going to come out to 3.33x Bilt points when you run your housing through Bilt and you use Bilt cash to unlock those points. And again guys, here are your yearly numbers for all these scenarios. Let them sink in. Find your line item in this illustration. If you want to get your hands on this document, hit me up in the chat section of my website, boomacompany.com, and I'll be happy to send it over. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the exercise. I'm not here to tell you what to think, and I'm not offering an opinion, but can we all agree on the math? If you run your housing payments through Bilt and use the Palladium card on everyday spend, you are always earning 3.3x Bilt points, which are the most valuable points on the market. It doesn't matter how big your housing payment is, how much total spend you have that month, or how close you are to the 75% threshold to earning the full 1x points on housing. Whatever Bilt cash you use to unlock those housing points, the math still resolves to 3.3x on all spend on the Palladium card. I'll let you decide if that's good or bad. I just wanted us aligned on the numbers. Now let's compare what would happen if we replace the Bilt Palladium card with other top tier premium cards. Starting off with the Capital One Venture X. The Venture X earns 2x on everything. That part is clean. But if you try to run rent through it, you're paying a 3% transaction fee. So you're earning 2x while giving up 3% in cash. So I think we can safely say that the Venture X falls short here. As for the Amex Platinum, you earn 5x on flights, beautiful. And then 1x on most other spend? That's painful. Plus, there's a 3% transaction fee on housing. I don't know anyone who would call that a rational spending strategy. Let's keep it moving. Next, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. You earn 4x on travel, 3x on dining, 1x on everything else, and again, a 3% transaction fee on housing. So yes, it's a better daily driver than the Amex Platinum card, but as an all-in setup, it still averages below 3.3x. when housing is part of the equation. And lastly, we have the City Strata Elite, earning 3x on travel, 3x on dining, 1.5x on everything else, and there's a 3% transaction fee on housing. This card suffers the same fate as the other premium cards. So, when we all step back and let the math do the talking, one thing becomes pretty clear. Running your housing payments through Bilt and using the Palladium card to unlock your housing points using Bilt Cash delivers a higher effective multiplier than any other premium card on the market, even when you run the same exercise on strong everyday cards. Like the City Strata Premier with its solid 3x categories, the equation still breaks down the same way. No card today can absorb the 3% transaction fee and keep up with a 3.3x effective return on all everyday spend. That's not hype, that's math. Now, whether 3.3x Bilt points on all spend is good or bad, I'll let you decide. I know what I think, but it's way more interesting to hear what you think. Drop it in the comments. I've got several more videos coming in this series because there's just no way to cover all of this in one sitting. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see the full picture. And if this helped you see things a little more clearly, please like, share, and consider becoming a channel member for just $1 to help give this channel some visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other.